go say goodnight to Mini Wheat. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you, Wacksteven, for our Q&A with IdrA. So whether you're in the channel, you're going to probably take some questions too, right?
Sure, why not?
Okay. All right. Well, I will be right back.
Okay. So, IdrA, the first question that I have for you is, it's related to the ladies, because I notice on my Twitter account that I have women always saying, "Oh my God, I love IdrA! Oh my God!" And they say it exactly that way too. So I'm just wondering, how are you doing over in Korea with the ladies? How are things going there?
I don't know, nothing special. I'm single, and it's fine.
Single and fine. You heard it here first, folks. So, I mean, you know the Red Hot Chili Peppers, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the bassist Flea, I don't know if you've ever heard the story, but Flea, he gets all kinds of crazy female attention. And one of their shows, they got down into their underpants on the stage, and he decided to get naked. So he takes his underpants off, and he throws it out into the crowd. And he said that there are women so crazy that they grabbed his underpants and wrung it out into their mouths. And I think that you have fans that are willing to do that.
I don't think so. I think that's a bit much.
I don't, dude. I'm pretty sure that there are several.
Well, I don't know. I guess we can try that at the next MLG. I win and I'll strip down and throw. Yeah. I want to see that. You've intrigued me now.
I'm just saying, man. It's an idea for GSL. It's an idea.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna take some more questions here. Let's see. Let's see what we got. There's got to be some questions for IdrA. Nothing. You got nothing, dude. Nobody cares. What hotkey setup do you use? That's the first question. It's kind of mediocre.
1 through 3 are units. Generally 1 is like Mutalis or whatever. And then the other is just 1 through 3 is units, then 4 is all the hatcheries, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 is queens, and I will tap them for larva injects and stuff.
So that's pretty much what wheat uses. Now, obviously it's not working as well for wheat as it does for IdrA. Do you have any recommendations for people that are using that setup out there right now to help improve their game? Or is it just repeated use that you get used to it?
Yeah, the big thing is just practice, getting used to the larva inject cycle, like when to go around and do the injects, when you'll have enough mana. And, no, it's a pretty simple system to use. The only real variable is using your queens efficiently.
Okay. Let's see. God, these questions are so bad. Did we tell you what the name of this interview portion of the show is called by the fans?
No, he didn't.
It's called Whack Off.
Okay.
I think JP started it. Have you and Jeff set a date? That was a pretty hilarious picture.
That was epic.
That one won, right? Scoots, did that one win?
Did it?
Sorry,
that would have been my recommendation, but they didn't ask me on that one.
I was talking to Nick. I didn't hear any of that. Sorry.
The picture with Jeff and Greg making out for the EG contest.
I don't know. I don't think that won, because wasn't it an IdrA versus JINRO art contest? I don't know where In Control fits into that.
He was my emotional support for the match.
Your muse, your mental muse.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, Jeff.
Okay, here's a decent one. IdrA, do you find it beneficial to play as other races to find weaknesses?
Definitely. I can see it more when I play PvZ and TvZ. I know exactly what pisses me off as Zerg, so I take advantage of that. But if you play the other way around, if you play a lot of off races, that definitely helps you.
I have a question for you too. How annoying is it that Artosis says your name wrong every single time he says your name?
I don't know. It kind of bugged me a little at first, but it's just he's been doing that since Ascension, so over 3 years now. So I've just kind of gotten used to it. He's the most stubborn person I've ever met, so I gave up on changing it long ago. It's better than being called Grack, so I'm okay with it.
Oh, you don't like Grack as much? Okay.
I don't like Grack. Yeah.
So the Grack Steven 2v2 team isn't happening. Okay.
I like the Kraken though. We can do something with that.
The Kraken.
The Kraken's cool.
There were some good pictures, man, at the GSL. Those Kraken pictures, those were epic.
Fan art things was the first thing.
No, go ahead.
It was the first thing I ever appreciated. Those pictures of me with the long hair. They photoshopped that onto the actual Kraken from the Titans movie. It looked pretty cool.
So, what's your prediction for the top 4 this season for GSL?
Probably MVP, MC, a random Terran, and then I don't know.
No, Beretta. Oh, you said
there's always a random Terran in the top 4. It's just like it was Rainbow the first 2 seasons, then I forget the 3rd season, then Marine King last. But no, I don't know who the 4th will be. I expect MVP to win it again. It's just like they're not gonna do anything to Terran before then, and he's by far the best Terran, so he has very good odds to win it.
Yeah, you said that you weren't really practicing very much because you were kind of hating the game right now.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to go very far in the next GSL because of that, or?
I'll be surprised if any sort goes far. I mean, before I start, as my match comes up, I'll obviously start practicing a ton. It's just like it's not really an option. So I'll do my best, and if I get a good group, anything's possible. But I don't expect any Zerg to do well.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I mean, I think only the top, super top level Zergs are getting anywhere.
Well, even then, it's like we only get there on lucky eliminated. So.
Let's see what else we got here. What is more OP, Terran or Protoss?
It should be Protoss, but it's Terran. It's easier to take advantage of Terran right now. It's like Protoss has more potential to be overpowered versus Zerg, but Protosses aren't really taking advantage of it. They aren't abusing it. Terrans are.
Guys, why are you asking questions about his mouse sensitivity? Don't you realize it varies from computer to computer and different mice? These are like newbie questions. I am looking at the djWHEAT the Show channel, by the way, on IRC for questions. They're just really bad. This one you probably can't even talk about, but I'll ask it anyway. Do you have any plans to move back to the States to play or to commute to the States to play in MLG this year, or are you staying in Korea to concentrate on the GSL?
I definitely want to play in foreign tournaments. I've said before that like the best part of pro gaming right now for me is just traveling to foreign events. Both because it's fun to be able to compete with more of my peer group. I mean, even though I'm in Korea, I've been here for a long time, there's still a bit of a disconnect between me and the Korean community. So playing against other foreigners is awesome. And the foreign fans are much more fun. Like, not to be disrespectful to the Korean fans, but they tend to be much more timid and reserved. And with foreign fans, they'll actually go out and have a drink with you, or at least they'll be really aggressive about coming up and talking to you and getting autographs and stuff. That's a big part of this whole industry is the fans, and actually getting to interact with them is really cool.
So are you saying that you would just go out with random fans if they wanted to? Like,
well, let's not say it like that. Within reason. But no, we have TL meetups at almost every event and stuff like that, so there's plenty of opportunities for stuff like that.
Did Tasteless ever tell you at BlizzCon 2005 we got to go out with several Brood War pro gamers. You know, the Blizzard we were going on a tour of Blizzard HQ, and they gave us we went on this tour bus. So it was like Nal-Ra, Reach, and I forget who else was there. 2005. I'm totally blanking. I can't remember. But we went out, and I suggested to June, who was the Korean translator there and the tour guide, if you were, that we all go to Hooters. So we all got to go to Hooters. That was awesome. They were super embarrassed.
I bet that blew their mind because they actually have Hooters in Korea, but you know it's kind of a waste because it's Korea. So I would have loved to see the reaction of that.
Basically, Nal-Ra was like red like a lobster. It was great. And Legionnaire was there, Testy, and Assam, I think. I think it was Assam.
Yeah, he was in 2000.
Yeah, so we went there, and Legionnaire just kept putting. We ordered like those giant plates of chicken wings. So he just kept putting chicken wings on my plate. He's like, dude, just eat it. And I'm like, I can't, man, I can't. We got to beat the Koreans. You got to eat more chicken wings. So that was my Legionnaire story.
Yo, I'm back. How's it going?
IdrA's thankful.
Is what?
He's thankful that you're
thankful,
back.
apparently.
Oh, gotcha. He wants to make more memories.
Yes.
Loving the memories.
Dude, seriously, I've been making an effort every time I play a ladder game. No more GLHF, man. It's played out. Now I want to make a memory. So I just say, let's make a memory every single game. I think we should change the world.
Since everyone's bitching that I dropped the mouse sensitivity question, what mouse sensitivity do you use, IdrA? That's probably completely different on your computer than everyone else's.
Well, you could ask from this, right? Because there's high sense players and there's low sense players in pro gaming. So are you like a high sense player or a low sense player?
I'm actually apparently incredibly low sensitivity. Like, they have to log us in and stuff for GOM because they have special accounts. And whenever they do mine, they comment on how low my mouse sensitivity is compared to all the Korean players. So apparently I am abnormal like that. As for the specific sensitivity, I use the SteelSeries drivers, everything, just to make sure it's consistent, so it might actually be useful. I have it on like 2.3 with 30% in-game. And like 500 CPI or whatever.
How much in-game? How much? 32%?
30%. 30%.
Okay. Actually, Elaine asked a really good question. Can you tell us more about this show, Imbalanced with Artosis, and will you guys have guests on it?
Guests are a possibility in the future. Right now, we're looking to keep it pretty simple. It's just kind of going to be us, sitting there on the couch like that, talking about imbalance, various topics every week. We started out with the Colossus because that's something that doesn't really get too much attention in terms of imbalance. Like, you get a lot of people talking about Marines or force fields or general matchups, but you didn't give the Colossus. So that's kind of an example. We're going to be branching out and focusing on many topics as we can. And it won't always be whining. There are times when we'll come to the conclusion that something is fair or something does fit in the game. Like, Artosis was actually kind of leaning towards that with the Colossus. Towards the end, he kind of said he thought it might be okay.
Spoilers.
So it's going to be that. Oh, yeah. Hopefully everyone's seen it already. But, and we're going to be taking a lot of user questions. We expect a lot of the content to be driven by user topics and questions and stuff like that. So I think, our email is imbalancedshow@gmail.com. So everyone send in questions and ask us stuff so we can talk about it.
And
Awesome.
And anything else you want to plug? Maybe your Twitter.
Or your
Follow me, Twitter /IdrAJIT, IdrAJIT, and my Facebook fan page is the same URL, /IdrAJIT. I'm streaming pretty much every day for 2 hours from 2 p.m. KST to 4 p.m., which is midnight EST, starts in about 2 hours. And I also stream random ladder games at times, so that's EG.IdrA on Justin TV. So,
and do you do
pretty much.
Because I think I've seen both styles when you stream, but what are you doing like currently? Are you doing it with sort of your commentary open? Are you like, even if it's when you're doing the replays, or is it pretty much just kind of a closed, you're just kind of playing?
Generally during the 2-hour scheduled broadcast every day, I intend to do commentary, at least analysis after game. I haven't been talking during the games. I might change that. I don't know. We'll see if it affects.
No, I mean, I know. Like, I'm sure even now, like, you sort of get into a team game and you want to be like super focused, and Wack and I are talking about how much snow's on the ground. It's like it takes a while to sort of like get comfortable. So I know what you mean. Like, you don't necessarily want to hurt yourself by, limiting your ability to play.
I'll probably start giving thoughts just during the early portion of the game where it doesn't really require much thought. But in general, it'll probably just stay with post-game analysis. And then when I'm doing ladder games, just random ladder practice that's not scheduled, then I don't do it.
Oh. Word. All right, well, we ready to go back in? I think the invite's being sent out.